All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, today is it's a big day, I think, for Home Affairs. We're going to see the unveiling of an initiative to improve services at Home Affairs, known as the Moetapele Initiative. The program is a front office and leadership improvement project which aims to improve the way officials work and deliver services to the public. This is to advance the performance of courtesy, good manners and effectiveness. We are now joined in the studio by the Minister of Home Affairs, Malusi Gigaba. Good to have you, Minister. Thanks so much for being with us here on the program.
Thank you very much, and good morning to the viewers at home.
Minister, before we get into the interview, just the very sad news that we're all waking up to this morning of the passing of ANC stalwart Ruth Mompati. I know you, in fact, just heard the news as you sat down hearing us break it, but your sort of memories or ideals of her?
You know, I think I would like to convey our sincerest condolences to the family, because Ruth was an icon and a model leader to all of us growing up in the African National Congress. I think our hearts have sunk. The flags of the country and the African National Congress in particular are flying a tough mass today. I remember her particularly during the times we were dealing with the Andrew Babele case, when I used to interact with her a lot when she was still the mayor of Vryburg. The wise counsel she would give us and the admonishment whenever we made mistakes. She was motherly, she was lovely, a very stern leader, very principled, and yet, you know, she was warm. When I listened to her, when she was being awarded with Ubuntu Award at the beginning of the year by the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, her speech was amazing. She spoke from the heart. She evinced all the principles that we would want to see in the leaders of our country, particularly in those of us who are young and growing up. I think her loss is a tragic national loss. We will miss her dearly. Yeah,
we certainly will. And lots of people as well conveying their condolences to the family, to the ANC over Twitter, just saying another stalwart unfortunately taken from us here in South Africa. So Ruth Mompati passing away. We're still not too sure the exact details, but the news team is following that up at this point in time. Thank you very much, Minister, for those words. Now, to get down to the issue at hand today of the launch that's taking place. I know that President Jacob Zuma was meant to be officially launching it, but you were telling me that he's actually been delayed on a trip from Russia. But this just shows the magnitude of how the department is going to change. What is this going to bring about?
You know, there are three related things we are launching today. First is a redesigned Home Affairs office. The Unveil office was renowned for long queues, as you just saw on the clips. It was renowned for poor service. We've redesigned it. We've introduced new efficient client flow processes, new business processes, visible flow managers, and a whole range of new things. So we will be unveiling that. We will be launching the Moetapele Initiative, which is meant to optimize client experience in our offices. A lot of people send me messages on Twitter, on Instagram and Facebook complaining about services at our front offices. We have heard you. We are responding to that. We are going to try and accelerate this process so that, amongst others, through training, to train our officials in operations management. We're adopting an operations management approach. And so our officials, both at the front office and the back office, are going to be trained so that they are able to provide this service. But the third and exciting thing we're going to be launching today is a payment by credit and debit card at Home Affairs offices. So we are piloting this at Unveil, and during the course of this financial year, going up to March next year, we will expand this service to the other 140 offices that are doing the Smart ID card. And in the course of time, we will then roll it out to all our offices right across the country. But it's going to be exciting, so that a lot of people, earlier last year, I went to Nelspruit, and one of the clients said to me, "But Minister, I've had to come here, stand in a queue, go back to the bank to withdraw money for a service. But if you had allowed me to pay by credit card, you know, I would have paid and I wouldn't have wasted time." And I said to him, "Don't worry, we're attending to that. We're responding to that too."
Yeah, my heart skipped a beat when I heard that finally we may be able to use those plastic cards that we use everywhere else. Finally, at a government department. This is huge. This is basically the only government department where we can actually pay with a credit or a debit card now. Is that correct?
Absolutely. It's new, it's novel for government. But our partnerships with the banks is going to expand to a whole range of areas where people can get services in an efficient way. As I say, many people complain about queues, long queues at our offices. It's largely because there are fewer offices that take smart ID card applications than there is a demand. And so the introduction of the e-channel strategy, the use of the banks amongst others, and our mobile units which are going to be customized for smart ID card applications are all going to simplify the process and provide new channels for South Africans to be able to apply for their cards. As I said during our budget vote last week, you will now, in the near future, be able to start your application process for your ID sitting in front of your laptop through accessing our website. You start your process there, you go to the bank to take your biometrics, and then you go away and we send you your card back. And so we're trying to open up many new channels which are going to make it easy for our people to be able to apply for their smart ID cards and their passports without having to go through the trouble of standing in long queues.
So just in conclusion, it launches in Edenvale today, but it is expected that this is going to be a nationwide this is just the prototype of what the offices are going to look like, and this should be in effect by March next year. Is that correct?
We're going to roll it out to all our offices by March next year, and we're going to be embarking on extensive training of our front office managers in operations management and client service so that they are able to provide the type of service that the people of South Africa want.
All right, Minister, thank you very, very much for giving us that outline of what our new Home Affairs offices are going to look like. And obviously, training of staff is one of the big issues as well, because I imagine that's a big complaint you've had to deal with. It's just that the service that we get there, and that is being dealt with. The Minister of Home Affairs, Malusi Gigaba, talking to us about what's going to launch today, the Moetapele Initiative, which will be launched at 10 o'clock this morning in Edenvale. So please send us your tweets. Let us know what you think. All right.